Hey guys, Roxy Sims here, and I have another speed build for you today. Today I am building a zombie apocalypse tiny home. If you haven't already heard, we are getting a new stuff pack completely based on tiny living, and so that is why I'm building this. And there also is a contest going on right now where you can build your own tiny home, enter it into this contest, and they'll kind of judge all the tiny homes on, I think they said complexity of layout and uniqueness and all these things. And they'll pick the 10 best tiny homes, and 10 people will win the stuff pack. And so yeah, I thought, why not? That sounds like a fun thing, a fun little challenge. So this is my entry for that contest. And because I'm a morbid person, I thought, why not base a tiny home all around a zombie apocalypse? Why not? And so that is what I went with. I'm kind of obsessed with zombie apocalypse things. Actually, I'm more obsessed with pretty much all apocalypse things. Don't get me wrong, I do not want a zombie apocalypse to happen. I don't want the world to end, but I really enjoy stories and TV shows about it. It's super interesting to me. And no joke, every single time that I, read a story about it or watch a TV show or whatever else about an apocalypse, I try to think about what would I do in this apocalypse situation. And, when I'm being realistic, I think, well, I'll probably die off really soon. But on days that I'm feeling very confident, I'm like, hey, I could figure this out. I'm sure I would be fine. So I always like to plan out where would be a good place to go? What would I do? And in this situation, in this build, this person has found an abandoned electric substation. And they have turned this electric substation into their brand new tiny home. And now the electricity part, really, it's of no benefit because in a zombie apocalypse, nobody is running that power plant. So it's not like this place has electricity already. But one of the benefits of an electric substation is everyone that I have seen has a fence around it, a really tall fence. And also they have these like little buildings that are made of cinder block. The ones that I have seen anyways. I don't know about where you live, but everyone that I've seen is pretty much like this. And so I thought that would be a perfect solution for a zombie apocalypse. You're protected by the fence, you're protected by the cinder block building. It would be pretty hard for people or zombies to get in. So yeah, I thought that this would be a good place to live if the apocalypse ever does occur. I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a planner. I have put a lot of thought into, hey, if a zombie apocalypse does happen, where should I go? And it just recently occurred to me about the electric substation. And, I've thought of a bunch of places. The electric substation is just one of the many places that have occurred to me to go to. Honestly, if a zombie apocalypse does happen, I think one of the best places to go is to a library. And I'm not saying to live there, but there are some books, because let's be real, there's no more internet. How are you going to look up how to do things, You got to have some books. So that would be the first place that I would head to. I mean, one of them anyways. And I would get all the books on how to have a homestead, how to garden, how to build specific things that you would need. Because I don't know how to do a lot of those things. I mean, I've done like a lot of like home renovation, and I've done canning, and I've done some of that stuff. But there's a lot of stuff that I would still have to learn, and I think those books would be priceless in a zombie apocalypse. Because how else would I know which mushrooms or berries are safe to eat? Which herbs are good to use for medicinal purposes? I mean, there are so many things that I would need to know. So, a library is where I'd want to go. Clearly, I've put way too much thought into this thing that's never going to happen. But that's just how I am. I literally plan for everything. I think it's my anxiety-ridden brain. I have to plan for everything when it's obviously not even going to happen. So, I might as well just go ahead, plan for this inevitable zombie apocalypse in my head. And it's kind of fun. It really is. It's kind of fun to plan for this specific, highly unlikely event. Well, you guys, I guess I should go into a little bit about this build. I want to explain a couple things. Now, I said earlier, this place didn't already have electricity, so you might be wondering why I have, a fridge and, other electronic devices. Well, this person who lives in this tiny home is actually just super smart. And I kind of feel like the zombie apocalypse has been going on for quite a while. So anyone alive still is pretty smart. Like, really good at this. And this person, no exception. This person has done lots of research. I feel like they were just smart already, like, to begin with. And so they have gotten some solar panels and have figured out how to hook them all up. They probably went to a library and got some books on it. But yeah, this person is like a real do-it-yourselfer, probably someone who as a kid would like take apart a VCR or DVD player or something and then just put it all together just to see how it all works. And they just, overall just know lots of things. So they set off on this journey to find the perfect place to try to survive the zombie apocalypse. And they picked this place because, it's out in the middle of the desert. It's pretty secluded. But it also has that river right behind it. Which, is a great place as well because zombies not great at climbing things. So at least the zombies that we know and love. So they have this like really steep drop off right behind the place. So there's protection from that point, but also a water source, a food source. This person fishes a lot. That's like where they get their protein. They have also a garden area to grow things, but it's just like a good spot. And then again, it's also the electric substation, so it has the fence and everything in the cinder block building. So defensively, it's really good. And they basically just like turn this place into their fortress, into the place that they want to just spend the rest of their days in. And I think of this person as being a real lone wolf. And, just by themselves, because a lot of the times, and you could, like, in shows and movies and things, people actually tend to be some of the most dangerous parts of a zombie apocalypse. So they're just like, I'm going to do this all on my own. But I think this person has kind of a soft spot. Because if you notice, outside this place is a little tent. And so I imagine that they've been alone for quite a while. But maybe a mom and a child or something has come by, and he just couldn't send him away, so he's let them come and stay in his sanctuary. But one of those like classic lone wolf kind of people where he's being very standoffish and he's like, you can stay here, but please stay in your tent. That's the story that I have come up with for this. As you can see, the guy has started to put up like metal around the fence, just basically trying to, make the defenses a little bit better. He put in this rain collection system. It's the desert, so, not a whole lot of rain, but we got a bucket there to collect any rain that does happen to come. And then, also that little kind of perch that is built on top of this building here. Definitely wanted a place where he could get up really high, see for miles around, just to keep an eye on everything that's going on around him. I really just tried to think about everything that you would need for a real zombie apocalypse. I thought long and hard about it. So I think I got, most of the things that you would need. I have these poles that I'm placing around. Just basically more stuff that he's just putting up to make the defenses better, make the fence better. I have a feeling that Zombies may have gotten in a couple times, and so he's had to reinforce some places of the fence. Like I said earlier, I feel like at this point the zombie apocalypse has gone on for quite a while, so he's had to replace some sections of roofing on this building. I really just wanted the place to look like it's kind of been hobbled together. He's had to scavenge a lot of metal and roofing and fencing and all of this stuff just to keep the place going, keep, the leaks out of this building, keep the fence on the up and up. Yeah, just basic maintenance stuff that then you would have to do all on your own because no one is around to do it for you anymore. Could you imagine going from how we live now into a zombie apocalypse? I mean, all the things that are done kind of behind the scenes, people maintaining roads, people, you don't notice all of these things until they're gone, right? And could you imagine, the zombie apocalypse happens and then you constantly keep reaching for your phone because you want to look something up on Google or need to know what the weather's going to be like today, you'd be reaching for your phone 1,000 times a day with that awful realization that you can't use it anymore. That would be crazy. I constantly think about that stuff. It would be mind-boggling. So guys, I want to know what you think about this upcoming stuff pack about tiny living. I'm kind of excited about it. We don't know everything that's going to be in it yet, so, hard to make like a full assessment of how it's going to be. But I do have high hopes. One thing that I think is really neat is that they have this new lot type. It's a tiny lot, a tiny house lot type, where you have like 100 tile limit. I think that is so cool. I'm very excited to see how it will be. I'm also excited to see everyone's entries for this tiny living contest. If you have any, you should totally comment below your gallery ID or even just a link to your build. I'm so excited to check out all of these amazing tiny homes. Tiny homes are so fun to make, and I'm glad they're getting more attention. I hope to get more like eco living kinds of things as well. So fingers crossed. That it would be so nice to get more of that stuff. Eco and green living and tiny living just go hand in hand, so that would be awesome. Well guys, we are pretty much done with this video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to talk to you all again very soon. Bye everybody!